announced today that it will start recruiting students for the 2024 third cultural class from the 24th, offering a wide range of opportunities to improve the quality of life. The third cultural class of this year will run from July 15th until September the 28th for a 10-week period. The curriculum includes various cultural and arts classes, certification courses to aid employment and entrepreneurship, and evening and weekend classes for working individuals. The 50th Jangbo-gogi National Rowing Competition will be held from June the 22nd until the 30th at the West Nakdong River Rowing and Canoeing Stadium. According to Busan City, this event is hosted by the Korea Rowing Association and organized by the Busan Rowing Association. Over 600 participants from across the country will compete in 80 events, including single sculls, coxless pairs, eights, and indoor rowing. Awards will be given to the top three in each category with certificates and medals, while the overall winning team will receive a championship flag and trophy. In international news, the United States and China are engaging in more frequent communication to prevent conflict in the South China Sea despite their tense and competitive relationship. Nicholas Burns, the U.S. ambassador to China, emphasized the close proximity of their militaries in the region and the importance of avoiding misunderstandings. The South China Sea has become a volatile area, with Beijing's territorial claims escalating tensions with Taiwan, the Philippines, and the U.S. Recent incidents, including Chinese Coast Guard actions against Philippine vessels, highlight the precarious situation. And now taking a quick look at the weather here. It's currently 27 degrees Celsius under partly cloudy skies. Air quality is in the good levels. And that'll have to do it for this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
Coming up next is 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever. BEFM Busan 영어방송.
The heat is on. It's on the street especially. And what are you going to do when it gets really hot here in Korea? This is just the beginning, isn't it? How about relaxing on a beautiful island with a cool sea breeze? That sounds good to me. Well, you're in luck if that's what you like, because there are a ton of islands to check out around the Korean peninsula. Today, we'll talk about some of the most beautiful ones. It's Friday, June 21st, 2024. This is the 2 p.m. Reboot. Let's get it started. Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. I'm your host, Casey McKeever. You just heard The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey. If that sounded familiar, his voice might have sounded familiar. There's a reason for that. He was one of the singers of the Eagles. And that song blew up, especially because of MTV way back in the day. I guess movie producers started to realize, like, if we put these songs in the middle of a movie, maybe we can have a big hit with a movie and a big song. And it worked. In many cases, it did. That song was on the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack. And that film, in case you've never seen it, it's highly entertaining. It stars Eddie Murphy as a cop from Detroit who goes to California, shakes things up a little bit. But Glenn Frey was also born and raised in Detroit. Literally, he was actually from there, unlike the movie character. And he played in bands with names like The Mushrooms and Subterraneans. You might not have heard of those as much as his big band that he blew up with in Los Angeles, the Eagles. And the Eagles were all over the place in the 80s as well. The music video for this song was actually one of the first to use the clips from the movie inside it with the performance footage. And it did very well on MTV. And of course, at that time in the 1980s, if you put Eddie Murphy in anything, it was going to be successful. So there you go. That's to start off the show today with the heat, because it was a little bit hot out there today. The last couple of days, it's been a little bit warm here in Busan. I understand my friends in Seoul are enjoying some even hotter temperatures up there. Right now, we're in the studio here in Busan on this Friday afternoon. Welcome to the program, everyone. This is we're broadcasting on BEFM 90.5 FM, of course, in Busan, and 103.3 FM in Gijang, Jeongwan, and Noksan areas. In Seoul, we're on TBS EFM 101.3 FM, and in Gwangju, we're on GFN 98.7 FM. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be at. Of course, we are streaming the show right now on YouTube as well. If you just go to YouTube and search BEFM or Busan영어방송, you can find our show streaming there right now at this very moment. Well, however, you're not going to hear The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey because we do have a copyright issue with the music. So we can't stream the songs at the same time. So we apologize for the inconvenience, but you can, of course, listen to us on FM radio, or you can listen to us if you download our smartphone app. And we hope we can resolve this situation in the future, but we'll see what happens. But we have a lot more coming up on the show today. And hour number one, we're going to start off with Hot Off the Press. We do this every Monday through Friday, and we bring you two new songs that have just recently been released, and we'll tell you about the artist and the track to give you some background. And we think these songs are probably going to be a little bit popular, so that's why we choose them. Also, we've got Weekend Wanderer coming up with Jeff. He comes in every Friday and tells us all the things that are happening in Busan and Seoul, and that's a lot. He's got a lot of work to do, so he's got a lot to tell us. In hour number two, we're going to have our daily list, and today's daily list, at the opening of the show, I was talking about an island, and there's a reason I was thinking about islands specifically for this week. And today's topic is going to be the most beautiful islands in South Korea. And of course, this comes from an opinion piece, and I wanted to share and see if you have some others that you could add to the list, perhaps. I've been to some of the ones that are on the list today, so I'm curious what your thoughts might be. And then today we're going to have the Friday Spotlight. This is a newer segment that we've been doing for the last few Fridays. We introduce some local musicians or performers or artists who are living and working here in Busan, or some who have come from out of town to perform in Busan. And this Friday we've got Komemos Nuvem. So we've got an interview featuring them and some songs that they've requested. And after the Friday Spotlight, we'll have our perfect playlists. This week's theme has been songs about moving to a new place. So we'll do a couple more songs on that theme today for you on this Friday. And of course, I'll be checking your messages throughout the show, so feel free to send them at any time. I do have a question I would like to ask you today. I was thinking about islands, and islands are just kind of, for me, I don't know, it's a go-to when I think hot weather and I want to escape from reality. I don't want to be near my work. I don't want to be near people. I want to be on a desert island somewhere with dessert. That sounds good too. That was Freudian. So I was thinking, what island would you like to spend a week on? 어느 섬에서 일주일을 보내고 싶으신가요? I have some in mind. I was thinking some of the islands I've been to in Korea here include Jeju-do, which I'll be talking about a bit today, Jeju-do, Udo. Those are some of the ones I've been to. And there's so many more that I can go to. I need some recommendations. So if you have some recommendation that you would like to spend some time on an island within Korea, cool. Outside of Korea, cool. I've been to Hawaii. I had the good fortune of having a cousin living there for a while, so I got to stay there for free. Can you imagine? It's a very expensive island, so you might want to take that into consideration when you think about what island you want to spend time on. So Hawaii, sure. Guam is another one I've been to that I would love to go back to. Or perhaps you can delve into the realm of fantasy. Maybe some island that doesn't exist here on Earth, but somewhere, I don't know, you can go Lord of the Rings on me if you want, or whatever kind of island that sounds ideal for you to spend 1 week on. Yes, give me some ideas. I need some inspiration. I hope to get the chance to travel this summer. So what island would be a cool one to go to? Send us your answers here at Shop 9050 or pound 9050 for 100 won. You can reach us for free, of course, if you use the Kakao Talk app. Just search BEFM or Busan 영어방송, and you can add us there and send us some messages. You can also find the aforementioned smartphone app. If you just go to the App Store on your phone, search BEFM or Busan 영어방송 there, you can download the app and you can take us with you. Put us in your pocket. If you got one of those cool like pockets in your t-shirt, you can put it right in there and listen to the show as you're out and about. And of course, you can hear the music as well. And if you log in there, you can leave us comments on the smartphone app as well. So think about it. What island would be a good one to spend 1 week on? I'm thinking I want to go West Coast Korea. There's a lot of islands out there that I haven't explored yet, but I know some people who live out there and they say it's beautiful. So let me know what you think. And we're going to take a quick song break. We're going to listen to Essence by Oliver Tree featuring Supercomputer. I like that title. And after that, we'll be back with Hot Off the Press.
Baby, you're my essence, you make
Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. You just heard Essence by Oliver Tree featuring somebody named Supercomputer. What a cool name to walk around with. Well, now it is time for Hot Off the Press. This is something we do every day, Monday through Friday. We bring you two of the newest, hottest tracks from the world of music. There are so many songs to keep up with, right? Everything gets released all the time. So we do our best to give you some of the coolest new songs that you can enjoy, and you'll probably hear a lot more of soon. So our first song today is Hold My Breath by Said the Sky and Boys Like Girls. The electronic music producer and DJ Said the Sky and the famed rock band Boys Like Girls have united on this new single called Hold My Breath. This new collaboration between them finds them at the top of their game in their respective genres, which could be considered quite different, right? Electronic music and rock band, but there are a lot of collaborations like that too. So this track kind of feels nostalgic, but also forward-thinking at the same time. The Boys Like Girls is actually a pop rock quartet, and they ended their hiatus last year with their album Sunday at Foxwoods, which sounds like some kind of gambling trip. This was a tribute to both how far they've come and the strong roots that led them to the top. And their return was welcomed with open arms by the rock community all over the world. So Boys Like Girls making some noise, right? Our second song today is Barcelona. Ooh, Barcelona's a cool city. All right, it's not an island, but a cool place to go to. Barcelona is a song by Alan Walker and Ina Wroldsen. So Wroldsen, actually, yes, it's a Norwegian name, Wroldsen. It's spelled with a W, pronounced with a V. The EDM superstar Alan Walker is back with this brand new, definitely summertime anthem, Barcelona. This number actually marks his third time joining forces with this vocalist, Ina Wroldsen, who's very talented. She's the voice behind tracks such as Steve Aoki's Lie to Me and her own song Strongest, which was a track later remixed by Alan Walker. So there you go. This is not their first time collaborating. The track Barcelona actually started with one of Ina's demos, and it became a reality when Ina gave the rough demo that she had written to Alan Walker. And as soon as he heard it, he was in love with the potential of the record and got to work on producing it. It's safe to say both of the artists' core sounds and choices are present throughout this record. And it kind of goes to show you just how much of a good team they are when they work together. So our two songs for Hot Off the Press for today. First up, Hold My Breath by Said the Sky and Boys Like Girls, followed by Barcelona by Alan Walker and Ina Wroldsen. Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot with Casey McKeever, and you just heard Barcelona by Alan Walker and Ina Wroldsen. That is a distinctive voice she has there. I was enjoying that. And before that was Hold My Breath by Said the Sky and Boys Like Girls, and those are our two songs for Hot Off the Press for today. And I want to get to a message I got from 119 Nim. My question for today was, what island would you like to spend a week on? 어느 섬에서 일주일을 보내고 싶으신가요? So the message I got from 1191 Nim, numbers are hard. 1191 Nim. I want to spend my time in Geoje Island. I want to go to Wado too. I went to Tongyang and passed by Geoje Island on election day in April, but I want to go there. Yeah, sometimes just passing by is not enough, right? So yeah, actually Geoje Island is one of my favorite places that I've been to here in Korea as well. And actually Na PD and I were talking about Wado during the break. We've both been there. Yeah, it's a very cool, it's a very strange island to be off the coast of Korea. It's like being in a Mediterranean paradise and suddenly in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of a really interesting place. So if you've never been to Geoje-do or Wado, yes, those are two definitely worth checking out. So if you have some more answers, yeah, I'm curious. Where would you like to spend a week? If you could pick any island, where would you like to go? You can send us your messages here at 샵9050 or pound 9050 for 100 won. You could reach us for free on Kakao Talk if you just search BEFM or Busan영어방송 and then add us there. You can send us messages for free, of course. And we have a smartphone app. If you go to your app store on your phone, just search BEFM or Busan영어방송 there. Download the smartphone app and you can actually listen to the show on the go, right? Anywhere you go. And you can hear the music as well. That's key. And you can log in and send us your comments as well. And I'm curious about Jeff. So Jeff is in the studio. I want to find out what island he would like to spend a week on. So we'll be right back with Jeff and Weekend Wanderer. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Weekend Wanderer. That means Jeff is in the studio, so it must be Friday. Jeff, good Friday to you.
How you doing today?
Good. I'm happy it's Friday. It was a particularly long week.
Yeah, I understand.
You too?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was curious. I think travel is something we all like to do when we have time. Is there anywhere in particular, like any particular island, if you just had a week to spend, where would you go?
My answer was already stolen.
For real?
Yeah.
It was stolen just now?
Yes, because I was going to say Wado as well.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay, so I've actually, Na PD and I were talking about Wado. He went there a long time ago. I think it's been, I don't know, I want to say like at least 10 years since I've been. Have you been more recently?
No, about the same.
Okay, cool. It's very unusual.
Yeah,
right?
I liked it. I was not expecting it at all when I went there.
Right.
When we took the boat and then we kind of did like the little tour around.
Right.
And then we got on the island. They're like, you only get an hour. And I'm like, okay, well, that's weird.
Right. There's time's ticking.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it blew me away of how beautiful it was.
Yeah, and all the effort that goes into like maintaining it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not naturally. So in case you're unfamiliar, so Wado is basically, it's a pretty small island, right?
Yeah,
and
it only takes an hour to walk around.
Right. Yeah, like an hour's enough, right? And it's like full of all kinds of tropical plants and just a variety of plants you usually wouldn't find in Korea naturally. And there's a lot of like, I guess, kind of Mediterranean-inspired architecture and design, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting place. So cool, good choice. We're all in agreement. The three of us here in the studio, we pick Wado.
Let's take a trip.
You know what? 1191 Nim, if you want to join us, let's all go to Wado. Yeah, it's been too long for me.
Yeah, I'd also throw another recommendation out there because this one became very popular a couple years ago, which was Banwol-do.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Banwol-do and Pakchi-do, which is basically they form the Purple Islands. If you ever saw there was a lot of stories about them a few years ago.
Yeah, where everybody actually will wear purple, like the residents, right? They'll
you
often
can wear
wear
your purple shirt that you got on right there too.
See there? I'm prepared. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so that place looks really cool. I've never been there, but that
Me
would
neither.
be somewhere I would like to see one day. I think because
yeah.
it looks really kind of cool, very different.
And I think it's on the west coast of Korea, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit more southwest area.
Yeah, Anjwamyeon
Okay.
area. So yeah.
So a little far for us.
Yeah,
but worth
it
the
takes
drive.
a hike from Busan, but
But for our Gwangju listeners, they're probably like, yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's another place I've been meaning to check out as well. Well, awesome. Well, Jeff, you're here, of course, for Weekend Wanderer. and you'd like to tell us what's going on in Busan, but also Seoul as well. What's going on? What do we need to know about that's going on here locally?
So we got a lot of news this weekend, so let's get into it. So do you know the Fubao family?
No.
Fubao is the famous panda
Oh, yeah, okay.
that I think recently just had to be returned to China, and it kind
Right.
of broke a lot of people's hearts here. It was a big issue. A lot of people really love that panda.
Right.
However, fans of Fubao, they're going to be building a character zone at Kwangali Beach, figuring around like a character zone where you can go and take photos and
Right.
stuff like that. So this is going to be unveiled on July 6th and remained open until the end of August. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So they're going to have like the 5 pandas from the family. And then they're going to be doing what's called a sand panda shot area. And there's going to be like a panda-shaped hole where you can go and take kind of unique photos, and a 5-meter tall birthday cake sculpture featuring the family.
There you go. So Fubao, yeah, I'm familiar with the panda, but I wasn't aware like there was like a whole family. I'm sure Fubao had a mother and father.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't aware like people were actually aware of the whole family. And
Yeah, there's
I know.
twin sisters, I believe it is.
That Fubao actually had. Fubao was a female, I believe, right? So Fubao delivered twins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know people were very upset, as you say. I remember watching footage of people just crying
Yeah.
in the street as Fubao was being
Have you ever
returned.
seen a panda?
In the zoo, yes. I want to say perhaps that one it's near Seoul, right? Where it was located?
It was at Everland.
Everland, right? Okay,
Yeah.
which is Yongin, maybe? Yeah, so I think I've actually been there to see that, yeah. But not up close. I think the timing was not good. They were maybe sleeping or something.
I saw some. I went to a zoo in Shanghai, actually.
Okay.
And it was a long time ago. But yeah, it was kind of cool. We were on a tour. I'm like, I don't really want to see a zoo. I'm like, oh yeah, pandas. Went in and saw the pandas. And I was
Right.
like, okay, that was worth it.
Yeah, because pandas are just like fun to watch, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fun little thing, cute
yeah.
little things.
Yeah, I've definitely seen like many entertaining videos, but yeah, not up close. It seems like I've always missed out. But yeah, that's cool. So we'll get a piece of the Fubao family here in Busan, right in Gwangali. Nice. Cool. Okay, what else do we got?
Okay, we're going to do a little bit around the nation news today. So we're going to first start in Seoul. So Seoul Station is actually going to be transformed.
Really?
In a way, yeah. So they're looking to make it as more of a transportation and cultural hub.
Okay.
So what their plan includes is short-term and long-term projects that focus on enhancing Seoul Plaza. So the plaza area, the pedestrian areas, the traffic environment, and looking for different sections that they want to spruce up.
Right, because it is kind of, if you've never been to Seoul Station, it can be a little bit confusing once you step out of the train station because there's a lot going on there.
So they also want to integrate the new metropolitan railways, such as like the GTX A and B lines,
Right.
and build some underground railways like the Gyeongbu line.
Okay.
So they're hoping to make it like a state-of-the-art transportation hub. So look for some changes coming up at Seoul Station, and they were looking also to improve connectivity between Seoul Station and Namsan, Gwanghwamun, and Hangang.
So places that people want to get to very easily,
Yeah.
right? That makes sense. And I'll be going there, I want to say July 20th. So I wonder how quickly these changes will take place.
Well, they have short-term ones. Some will be long-term, but I mean,
Right.
you can be our reporter on that, see if
Exactly.
what they've gotten up to.
Exactly. I will report back after the weekend. I'll be like, all right, this is what's changed. So hopefully it'll be easier to get to like kind of the popular places that people want to go to quickly.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah, lots of stuff going on.
All right. So that sounds good.
Okay, moving along to Gyeongnam Province. So, they're going to be opening water parks a little bit earlier this year, so I want to go over a few of the main ones.
Okay.
So Hadonggun is going to be opening there. It's actually already opened on June 14th. So this water park is going to be open on the weekends until July 16th, daily from July 17th to the 25th of August.
Wow, daily. Okay.
Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, running from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So they've added this year new deck rest areas, benches, Mongolian tents for shade.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to picture what that would look like in my mind. Do you know what a Mongolian tent looks like?
It's like a yurt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, interesting.
So the number of visitors is limited to 270 at a time, so be mindful of that if you're going to go to Hadan. Good. Jinju, opening up their 11 water play facilities and 5 water parks, 6 floor fountains from July 1st until the end of August. These facilities are free of charge. The 6 water fountains operate on a first-come, first-served basis through on-site registration. Also closed on Tuesdays.
Right. Okay. So Tuesday seems to be a day to not go to water parks. That's
Right.
kind of
That's
kind of
the
accepted-
maintenance days.
Right. Which they need to do.
Yeah, which is
Please
also, I
understand.
believe, the same as the Darepo Sunset Dreams Fountain here in
Right.
Busan. They also have a day off for maintenance. It's usually a Tuesday.
So just be aware, Tuesday they're probably not going to be open.
Yeah. Changwon, if you're in Changwon, so they have 9 water parks opening on July 5th.
9. Oh,
9.
man, that's a lot.
Yeah, and Busan has none.
I know.
But
yeah, it's interesting.
Changwon has 9. So these are going to be open actually every day. There was 110,000 people. Sorry,
Wow.
no, it's going to be closed on Mondays.
Okay, so this one will actually close on Monday. So yeah, if you're planning to go to one of these, search beforehand. They might be
Yeah.
closed either on a Monday or a Tuesday, it sounds like.
Right. They're going to be open from 11 to 4:40 daily, except for during peak season from the 28th of July to August 11th. They'll be open until 5:30. Gosung, they've opened up their Nampo Port Children's Water Playground earlier than usual. It's
Okay.
actually opened up from tomorrow until August 18th. So again, they have shade tents, parasols, changing rooms, shower rooms, foot washing stations.
Everything you need.
Everything you need to go enjoy.
I noticed
Operating
that-
hours,
yeah,
sorry,
I'm sorry.
let me just get through this quick. Tuesday through Sunday, divided into 3 sections from 10 to 11:50, from 1 to 2:50 p.m., and from 3 to 4:50. Closed during lunch from 12 to 1, and Monday is closing time.
Gotcha. Okay. So I noticed a kind of a trend. It seemed like with a lot of these that they're opening up earlier than they planned.
Yeah, because of the heat.
Right. So yeah, if you feel like you need to get away from the heat, perhaps Busan we're gonna have to rely on the beaches. It sounds like. But
Yeah.
if you're in other cities, it might be a lot of water parks that are free and available. Just check which dates they will be closed. It sounds like Monday or Tuesday would be those dates.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, that's good information for people trying to beat the heat. What else we got?
So this is very important news from either anybody traveling to Busan or for traveling out of Busan. The limousine bus service, which goes from Kimhae Airport into like either Busan Station or around Haeundae, is in jeopardy of being discontinued
Oh no, that sounds
very
bad.
soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So a week ago, the operator notified the city of his intention to return its operating license by the end of this month
Oh,
because
wow.
of debts.
Okay, so they were not making enough money to continue
Right.
the service.
So only 90,000 people used the limousine last year because they've lowered the amount of routes
right.
from the airport to Busan Station and to Haeundae. Currently, only the one to Haeundae is operational, so it doesn't even go to Busan Station.
Okay.
So yeah, just be careful if you're thinking about taking the limousine bus that it might not be in service by the end of this month. Unless
Wow.
they find a new operator, which takes time. So probably the most likely thing that's going to happen by the end of this month, there will no longer be a limousine bus going to the airport.
Right, and that's during the summer vacation season. So yes, if you got people coming in to visit, perhaps, let them know that they might have to find some other way to get in, or
Yeah, so you're either going to have to take a taxi out or use the train.
Right.
The Kimhae Light Rail.
which is fairly easy to use.
Yeah. So yeah, you just transfer in Sasang, and then you can get on the other lines and go to where you need to be.
Exactly. But I would imagine the limousine would definitely get you wherever you're going faster. So that's a little unfortunate that that'll be disappearing.
Yeah.
But good to know. Thanks for letting us know about that. What else we got?
The city of Busan. This was big news that they announced yesterday, which is the launch of Busan Pay, which is the country's first local currency service tailored specifically for foreigners. So what Busan Pay is basically through a mobile app or a prepaid card, which allows you to have it has a range of different features to cater to foreign visitors, which is like Dongbekjeon. You get cashback benefits, tourist information guides, and the ability to use and purchase the mobile visit Busan Pass, mobile QR season tickets for the subway, so 1-day and 3-day tickets. So it's kind of cool. It's functional in both English, Japanese, and Chinese. So what you can do with this is just use this card at major places around the city.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of cool. So payments can be made at large shopping malls, department stores, duty-free shops. Though you got to be careful because the cashback benefits are not available for those transactions. But again, it's a very cool thing for tourists. This has been a really popular initiative that the city did. So when they first started doing it at the end of last year, they sold out. And actually, at the beginning of this year, they had to stop it for a while because they had no more cards.
Really? It actually ran out of cards. They couldn't keep up.
Yeah. So it's been a really popular card, especially with Taiwanese tourists.
Ah, okay.
And tourists coming from Southeast Asia who have heard about this. So this is a very good news for visitors coming here just for a couple days to get this very convenient card because you get some really good discounts on a lot of the major places that you want to go.
Jeff, this is perfect timing. I've got visitors who literally came yesterday to Seoul, and they're coming to Busan on Monday. So I will be looking into this for them.
Yeah, go take a look at that because it's been, you can actually go to their, they have a website, which is busanpay.busanbank.co.kr.
Okay, got it.
And again, it's a really good initiative. Probably one of the best ones that they've actually done for tourism in this city.
Great. Oh, that's great news. Thank you, Jeff. You just saved my life. I felt like I didn't plan well for my visitors coming. I was like, I haven't really thought about anything. So I'm actually going to think about using this. I'm going to talk to my wife about this, actually. Yes, she'll probably be better at getting it done. But I tell you what, let's take a quick song break while I think about how to use Busan Pay and who to send messages to very quickly. And we'll be right back with Jeff and Weekend Wonder after we hear Fine Wine by Saint Motel. Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot, and we are in Weekend Wanderer with Jeff right now because there's so much that we need to know. It's Friday, it's the weekend, there's a lot going on, of course. And Jeff, thank you for mentioning the Busan Pay because I've actually got some visitors coming from another country to Busan on Monday, and I've been feeling like, oh man, I didn't really plan well. So this Busan Pay sounds like a great thing we can use. I want to just give that website again. It's busanpay.busanbank.co.kr. And Jeff, is there any other information we can, very useful information we can find out about the Busan Pay?
Yeah, so if you're looking to get this, you can either download the mobile app from either the Google Play or the iTunes store.
Right.
And they're also available for purchase at kiosks located at Kimhae Airport and Busan Station, and as well as major tourist information centers across the city.
Cool. So in other words, easy to get.
Yeah.
Right? You can get it on your phone. You can get it in like big tourist areas where people might be coming through. So I think, yes, I'm going to go pick them up at Busan Station on Monday night. And I think first thing I'm going to do is find one of these kiosks. So great.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
Well, they do have the information center inside the station, so it's very
Right.
easy to find.
Awesome. So that's great news. Thank you. And what else have we got for today?
All right, so let's start looking at events and what's going on this weekend. It's actually somewhat of a light weekend around the town, which is kind of odd for June. But
I guess good because of the rains coming,
yeah,
right?
I think and that's one of the reasons why, is because the heat, and this is usually known as the end of June is the beginning of Jangma,
Right.
which is the monsoon season.
Right. It's coming.
So
It's coming.
get ready. It's supposed to be very heavy rain tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But
Right.
if you are going to go out and look for something to do, I do have you covered on where to go and what to do. So let's start with the first one, which is the 2024 Wheat Festival, which is going on at Hwamyeong Ecological Park. So this is actually a gourmet marketplace festival featuring dishes made from wheat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they're going to have actually some of the Michelin Guide restaurants, I believe 5 or 6, and local eateries providing food based on wheat. So
Nice.
you're looking at
Pasta?
pastas, you're looking at milmyeon, stuff like that. Lots
Beautiful.
of different things. So this is going on Saturday and Sunday at Hwamyeong Ecological Park. So if you're looking to do that, something
Great.
different.
Yeah, bring an umbrella perhaps.
Yeah,
It could be a slight downpour, so we'll see.
yeah. Going on at the Cinema Center on Saturday, they're having what's called the Twinkle Documentary Film Festival, which is 29 short and medium-length documentaries of less than 60 minutes that have never been screened more than 3 times at a domestic or international film festival.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a very specific film festival.
Yeah, so if
Cool.
you're looking to see some newer, unique films that probably haven't made it out anywhere,
Right.
there you go.
Yeah, you can claim to be the one to have seen it.
Yeah.
Right.
So an interesting event going on this weekend at HQ Bar in Quanali. So there's an Irish Embassy event going on where the ambassador of Ireland is going to come down.
Oh, yeah.
So from 5 to 7, they're doing a meet and greet which is kind of a private event from 5 to 7, which the ambassador is going to meet Irish citizens who have signed up for the event. So if you're from Ireland and you're in Busan and you want to meet your ambassador, there you go.
I'm out. In name only. I sound Irish, but I can't get in. So
Yeah.
only Irish citizens could get into that event.
Yeah, and they need to sign up to get into that before they go.
Okay, so don't just stroll up thinking you're getting in.
Right.
Sign up first. Okay.
And bring your passport.
Yeah, right. Show it.
Yeah. So after that, though, from 7 o'clock onwards, they're going to be actually having kind of a big party. So they're going to have Irish music. Some of the local bands that do Irish music are coming to play. There's lots of drink specials. A lot of fun. So,
Great. That sounds like a fun event.
Yeah.
Especially, that's rain or shine, right? That'll be
Yeah.
indoors, so there you go. That's a great Saturday option.
Yeah. So something different. Also tomorrow, again, rain or, I don't know if rain or shine, but this one's taking place at Taribo Beach. The 6th annual Queer Scouts Busan Takeover is doing an event this weekend, which is a beach day at Taripo. And then next weekend, they're doing a yacht party. But this weekend, from 2 to 6, there's like a pride event going to be taking place at Taripo Beach.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be during the afternoon. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
from 2 to 6. And then also, as mentioned in the news, if you were listening earlier, there is the National Rowing Competition, the Jangbogo National Rowing Competition, taking place this Friday through Sunday.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's what's happening in Busan. Let's go to Seoul, see what's happening up in Seoul. So there's an AI and big data show going on at COEX this weekend. There's the Gangnam 44th regular concert going on at Ceramic Palace Hall in Milal Arts Center. Greenfield Wind Orchestra regular concert going on Saturday. The Dumompo Music Festival going on at the Han River. Imase, who's a Japanese singer-songwriter who debuted in 2021 and found success with the 2020 viral single Night Dancer, is performing tonight at Yes 24 Live Hall. Atarashi Gakko, Japanese girl group, tonight, Yes 24 Live Hall.
I was busy there tonight.
Yeah. Day 6, third fan meeting going on all weekend at Jamshil Indoor Gymnasium. Kolde, Kim Hee-soo, singer-songwriter. All weekend at the LG Arts Center, Seoul Plus U Stage. Anthem, which is a lot of Japanese in town in Seoul this weekend.
Yeah, and a variety. You
yeah.
had girl groups, plus what is this one?
This one is a heavy metal band.
So we're spanning the spectrum of Japanese music.
Yeah, so they're taking Saturday at Westbridge, GMM TV Fan Day at Guro Community College, Street Dancing Queen, KBS Arena, Han Yohan, Yes 24 Live Hall again. A lot of them going on there this weekend.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of events happening in Seoul for sure.
Yeah, the Korea Dreamer Festival going on at Sejong University. There's a cartoon movie theme song festival called Third Retro Live going on at Daewon Content's Live Performance Hall. Leizang Olympic Park Handball Stadium, Super Junior, KSPO Dome, Asian Pop Festival at Paradise City, Noel, Yonsei University 100th Anniversary Hall, the Peppertones, Hansungun Fan Meeting. There's just a lot of stuff going on up at Seoul.
Yeah,
so
so
a lot of music.
I should tell my friends while they're in Seoul, like, okay, there's a lot of things I can point them to.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. All right, Jeff, thank you as always for coming in on a Friday and telling us what's going on in Busan and beyond. So Jeff will be back, of course, next Friday for Weekend Wanderer, and we'll see you then.
All right. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. And we're going to take a quick song break. This is going to be Wipe Your Tears Away by Duel, and we'll be back at 3 p.m.
Your Bridge to the World. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
Electric kickboards and electric bicycles are common on the streets these days. With the increased use of personal mobility devices, the number of accidents and deaths have reportedly increased significantly.
Personal mobility patrol mode.
I don't need to wear a safety helmet because I'm only riding a short distance.
Wear a safety helmet. When you drive your personal mobility devices, you have to wear a safety helmet.
Hey, I rented an electric kickboard. Let's ride it together.
Okay, you drive in the front, I'll get in the back.
Follow the number of passengers. Only one person can ride an electric kickboard and electric wheel parallel car.
Follow the rules of personal mobility devices and drive safely. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 3 o'clock.
Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. I'm your host, Casey McKeever. You just heard Lonely Boy by Andrew Gold. That's a very interestingly upbeat song for a title called Lonely Boy, right? The song apparently follows the life of a child who's neglected by his parents after his younger sister is born. Ouch. I hope that's not happening at my household. Apologies, Sean. I'm sorry. A lot of people assume that this song is actually autobiographical. So in other words, it's Andrew Gold's real life story. But he says no. He says it's not really his true story. But if you look at the lyrics, it says he was born on a summer day in 1951. Andrew Gold was born in August 1951. So pretty close. That's summer, right? And it says also in the lyrics, in the summer of 53, his mother brought him a sister. That also matches his sister's birthday. But sometimes that's how songwriters are. They don't want to admit that it's about them. And I guess a lot of times the reason they give is because they want people to interpret songs however they want to in their own way. Even though this one seems pretty clear, Mr. Gold. Pretty clear. There's also another famous voice on this song. Linda Ronstadt is a pretty well-known singer. She sang the backing vocals on this track. And actually, Andrew Gold backed Linda Ronstadt on keyboards, guitar, and vocals on her albums Heart Like a Wheel, Prisoner in Disguise, and Hasten Down the Wind. So maybe this was kind of like a little, hey, you help me out, I'll help you back. So there you go. That's nice when musicians can work together, right? Well, you're listening to us here on Busan's BEFM 90.5, of course, and in 103.3 FM in Gijang, Jeongwan, and Noksan areas. And in Seoul, we're on TBS EFM 101.3 FM, and in Gwangju, we're on GFM 98.7 FM. And we've got a lot still left for you on the show today. I'm very excited. In hour number 2, we're going to get to the Daily List, where we talk about the most beautiful islands in South Korea today. That's my topic for today. I did get some suggestions. I've got one from Kim Eun-jo Nim who says Saryangdo. So yeah, I was looking at some pictures during the break. Na PD and I were talking. So I might have to add that to the list. It looks magnificent. And after the daily list, we're going to get to the Friday Spotlight. I'm also excited about this because today we have an interview with some musicians from Gojedo, a band by the name of Komemos Nuvem. I've had the great pleasure to watch them perform at least twice now. It seems like maybe more, 2 or 3 times. And they're just a very fun, high-energy young band. So very exciting. And then also today we've got our perfect playlist. We've had songs with the theme of moving to a new place throughout the week. So we'll have 2 more songs for you on that theme today. But first, a reminder about today's question of the day. What island would you like to spend a week on? 어느 섬에서 일주일을 보내고 싶으신가요? So, of course, you can message us here at 샵9050 or pound 9050 for 101. You can also message us for free on Kakao Talk if you just search BEFM or 부산영어방송, add us and send us a message. And you can download our smartphone app. If you just go to your app store on your phone, search BEFM or 부산영어방송. And that app is so cool because you can take us with you wherever you go. You're riding on the bus, you're riding on the subway, listen to the show, and you can enjoy all the music as well. And of course, you can log in and send us comments on the app as well. So I do want to mention a couple of messages I did get from Kim Eun-jo says, do you know Saryangdo? And I do not know Saryangdo, but now that I have looked, this is a candidate for a place to go spend a week. Kim Eun-jo Nim says, it is a wondrous place that combines the sea and the summit. And I was there a month ago. It is in Dongyang, and I did look up some pictures. It looks magnificent. Where's that window at? Where are you at? There you are, my friend. Okay. There, yeah. So it looks like there's like a really high mountain in the middle. There looks like a cable car perhaps there as well. So yeah, if you've been to the Dongyang area, which is another beautiful area in the south region of South Korea, yeah, it looks like it's close to there. So probably pretty easy to get to. Cool. And also Ben Nim checking in and saying hi. Hello to you, Ben. Ben says, although they don't have an island feel except at the coast, I'd like to revisit the ones of England and Wales, especially because I've never made it to Scotland and the 2 Irelands. Yeah, there's a ton of islands around all of those countries, aren't there? Especially Scotland, from what I understand, is like thousands of islands up there. So yeah, there's so many, I'm sure, just places like not even many people go to. So you can kind of pick one and be like, I want to get away from society. I want to escape from people. And you can go do that. Yeah, there's so many places to do that. So yeah, cool. Send us more recommendations. What other islands would you recommend going to? So while you think about that, we're going to take a song break with one of my favorite bands. This is the Ramones and Baby I Love You. All right, welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. You just heard Baby I Love You by the Ramones. A little different flavor for the Ramones, I think in their Phil Spector days, it sounds like. But now it's time for the Daily List. And today's Daily List, the most beautiful islands in South Korea. And this is from a travel website, so it's not my opinion. So if you disagree, feel free to let me know that you disagree. Because, you know, of course, something always gets left out on lists. Like, for example, Saryongdo. Yeah, Saryongdo looks beautiful, and that could easily have been on this list. So this is a list that people compile just to kind of recommend places for people to go. And I think some of these are very well known. And if you guess one of the most beautiful islands in South Korea, and you would probably like Jeju-do? Yeah, of course. That's probably on every list. So, of course, Jeju is on the list. And they say in this article that it's one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Is that for real? Is that a real status? That's pretty cool. If Jeju can claim that, that's very cool. And they actually say, you can take a boat to get to Jeju, but I think most people just fly, right? It's just like such a short trip. But once you get there, you definitely feel like, even though it's in Korea, I've only been once, it definitely felt like another country to me. Is the language the same? Yeah, for the most part, but there are some phrases and some expressions and some language that are very local to Jeju. 혼자 없어요. Is that right? 혼자 없어요. I think that's a common greeting. But what does Jeju have to offer? There's pine forests, of course, which is very Korean, right? Everywhere all over Korea. But the thing is, it's made of volcanic rock, a lot of the island, right? So it's like unlike what you can see in many of the other islands here. There are breathtaking rock formations, as they say, breathtaking beaches. I agree with that. Especially, I spent a lot of time in the Seogwipo area, and the beaches were, they're just amazing. Very clean, clear water. I enjoyed that. And there's a lot to do on Jeju as well, especially from what I understand, if you're into like adventure travel kind of stuff, there's a lot more of that than when I was there. A lot of like zip lining and stuff and anything you want to do, basically. And there's tons of museums. I think an amazing number of museums for a small place and of all kinds of varieties of themes. I would share some, but some of them are a little more adult. But yeah, there's plenty to do in Jeju. There's a lot of natural places to go see. Halasan or Hala Mountain, of course, Jeongbang Waterfall, and they recommend Seongsan Ilchulbong Peak and Hamdok Beach. I remember going to the lava tube caves. I remember going there. I can't remember the exact name. I'd have to search that. But that was an amazing place to go as well. So yes, plenty to love about Jeju. And I think a lot of people already know that about Jeju being one of the most beautiful islands in South Korea. So I want to share some ones that perhaps you don't know. So Ulleungdo is next on the list here. And Ulleungdo, I know for like food purposes. It seems like there's a lot of kinds of different seaweed and things that come from Ulleungdo. Isn't there some kind of like wrap when you go to like meat restaurants that actually there's a leaf that might be specifically from Ulleungdo because they're very proud if it is from there originally. And Ulleungdo is a little far. It's about 120 kilometers off of the eastern coast. So it's going to probably take a while to get there by boat. But apparently it's well worth it. I know some people who actually live there, and it sounds like it's paradise. It's often referred to as the mysterious island, and it's still a popular vacation destination. One reason, it's a major fishing area, so there's a lot of seafood there. It's also a great spot to just kind of soak up Korea's natural beauty, as they say. They have the Haengnam coastal walking path there, which goes around the whole periphery of the island. So it's pretty cool when you can like kind of safely walk around and just enjoy the sights, right? So Ulleungdo, definitely high on my list. I have not been yet. I would love to go. Hongdo is another one I'm not familiar with. This is part of Dadohae Haesang National Park. It's a small island apparently, and it's named for the crimson light, or Hong, meaning red. Crimson light that encapsulates the island, the whole island at sunset. Interesting. So it's like a beautiful place to go see sunset. And the shores are cliffs everywhere, very unique formations on the cliffs, and they tower over the blue oceans. I can picture the water in my mind. The island is 6.47 square kilometers, which doesn't sound very big to me, but it's home to approximately 270 subspecies of evergreen, including rare reeds, as well as about 170 species of animals. So for a pretty small place. Yeah, it's got a lot going on there. We talked earlier with one of the listeners as well, 1191 Nim, suggested Wedo, and we were talking about that quite a bit. Jeff mentioned it as well. Wedo is part of Hallyo Maritime National Park, and it's often called the paradise of Korea. There's a reason. It was basically a giant botanical garden project, and it was made in the 1970s by a person named Lee Chang-ho and his wife. Since then, it's become basically an attraction of this exotic plants that you would not expect to find in South Korea. So it feels like you're walking onto a tropical island for sure. There's more than 3,000 plant species there, including cacti, palm trees, gazanias, whatever those might be. I remember the pineapple section. I remember getting excited about seeing pineapple trees growing out in the wild, but I did not pick the pineapple. I think you're not probably supposed to pick the pineapples. Don't eat them. Just look at them and admire them. And there's a lot of Mediterranean-style buildings and statues around the island. It's been used for a lot of Korean dramas to shoot as a backdrop. So you might have seen it before without even knowing it. Next up, I've got Jindo. The article says Jindo is the third largest island in Korea. I was not aware of that. And it's particularly famous for the Jindo dog, which that I was aware of. The Jindo dog is very they're just cute, but also kind of stoic looking animals. They were known for loyalty. And Jindo Arirang, I guess, is Korea's best-known folk song. Is that true? Jindo Arirang, okay. So the Miracle Sea Road Festival is the biggest draw of this popular island in Jeollanam-do. Ah, yes, Jindo. I got to head up that way then. I want to go check out Jeollanam-do. So during this annual festival, it takes place for a few days during the spring, so it's a little late this year. But what you can expect is people just basically go watch the sea as it mysteriously parts. So where the two seas meet, I guess, you can see it just kind of separates. And you can walk along, there's a 2.8 kilometer long road from Jindo to nearby Modo Island. So that sounds like a cool thing to walk along as well. And this is actually a natural tidal phenomenon that happens every year. That's so cool when natural things happen like that. You can't plan that. That's cool. This is one I have been to. Udo is one actually off of Jeju Island. I highly recommend that as well. It's there's Subin beaches there. It's South Korea's only coral beach. It has black lava cliffs and a lighthouse with stunning views of the countryside. Udo is for sure on my list. And I'm going to save one last one because I want to get to our interview. Honorable mention, of course, I'll say they do mention Sonnyudo. That's not one I have been to, but I want to mention Gojedo. Gojedo made the list, and Gojedo is Korea's second largest island, known for the shipbuilding industry, but also its natural beauty. And the coastal scenery is amazing when you go around the island. I was there not long ago with some friends. We went to Gojedo to play a show, actually. And I wish we had more time to spend there because it's kind of got some famous areas. Ondok, what's that place called? Ondok Baram. There's Windy Hill is the translation in English. There's also the Mongdol Beach, which is like a black pebble beach. There's just so many cool places around Gojedo. So that's going to do it for today's list of the most beautiful islands in Korea. Go search more. There's plenty of them out there that I'm sure you have not been to. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to the band Camino and see you later. And we'll be back with an interview from Goje's own Komemos Nuvem. All right, welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. It is time for the Friday Spotlight. And today we've got an interview featuring some musicians from Goje Island. And this is why I started thinking about islands. It was partially the heat this week. Suddenly it was getting a little hotter and I was like, I want to get out of the city. But also I had the great opportunity to hang out and talk with this band, Komemos Nuvem, who live and reside in Gojedo. And they also are part of a local music scene there. They are a self-described Sainjo garage rock band. So there are 4 members. They play garage rock. And let's take a listen to an interview clip with them, and then I'll be back to explain a little. Today I'm here with Komemos Nuvem. How do you say your band name in Korean?
꼬메무스 누뱅?
Do people ask you about the band name a lot?
네, 되게 많이 해요. 포르투갈어인데 우리는 구름을 먹는다. 의미는 없고 이제 그냥 멋있어서 지금. 예.
So you like the sound. Who picked that name?
The guitar player that already left the band, and he has lots of international friends. So he asked to his Portuguese friends, "I'm making a band name right now. Do you have any suggestions?" So his friends told me that the name of the band, Komemos Nuvem. So we picked that name because it sounds cool and looks cool. There's no really special meaning in this name.
Do you hope that your band sounds cool and looks cool too?
I really hope that the people who listen to our music really likes it. I don't really care about our look, or I don't care if it sounds bad or like terrible. If the people like it, then we're just gonna keep playing. It sounds terrible.
You guys do not sound terrible. If you can introduce your name and what you play.
My name is Sungwon Han, and I play guitar and vocals in this band.
네, 저는 옥정민이고요. 기타 치고 있습니다.
And you're a session guitarist for only this show?
모르겠어요. 성원이가 부탁할 때까지 해야죠.
저는 이름은 이채연이고요. 베이스를 치고 있어요.
아, 예, 저는 김다빈이라고 하고요. 예, 드럼 치고 있습니다.
How do you guys know each other?
I collect them all from the internet or other bands. So I met the drummer in the internet cafe. He wrote a post in that cafe. I'm drummer. I'm looking for a band, some cool band. So I contact him. Actually, we were originally hardcore punk band. 그때부터 작년 5월에 만나가지고 지금까지 계속 이렇게 인연을 이어나가고 있죠. 베이스 치는 채연이는 원래는 모르는 친구였는데 거제도 YMCA에서 청소년 뮤직 페스티벌이라는 그런 거 진행을 한 적이 있었어요. 거기서 채연이가 이제 청소년 밴드로 제가 처음 만났었는데 베이스를 그냥 멋있게 잘 치더라고요. 이제 원래 하던 장르에서 게러지락스러운 음악으로 바꾸려 하니까 이제 3인조로는 꽤나 어려움이 있더라고요. 그래서 4인조로 바꾸기 위해서 채연이를 베이스로 제가 영입을 했는데 애가 들어와서 잘하고 있어요. 잘하고 있어서 굉장히 다행인 것 같아요. 고맙고 그렇습니다. 예.
So everybody is from Goje? Do you live close to each other or do you live far away from each other?
저랑 성원이는 이제 바로 옆집이고.
진짜 바로 옆집?
아, 진짜 가까워요, 근데.
Yeah, it's like 3 minute distance.
그리고 채연이랑 정민이는 좀 멀고, 예, 그렇게 살고 있습니다.
Does that make it somewhat difficult to meet for practice?
네, 중간에서 만나서 하고 있어요.
Is it easy to find practice places in Goje and places to play?
공연장은 진짜 언드 한 곳밖에 없고 연습할 공간은 이제 몇 군데 있긴 한데 다 대부분들이 그 거제도에 있는 직장인 밴드들 이제 70, 80, 쌍팔년도 메탈하는 멋쟁이들 밴드가 그런 합주실을 쓰고 있죠. 저희가 연습하는 합주실은 거제도에 있는 밴드 3밴드가 있는데 좀 이제 자작곡을 만들고 대회로도 활동을 하는 그 3밴드가 모여서 만든 작업실 겸 합주실 겸 그런 연습실이 있는데 저희는 거기서 합주를 하고 있어요.
Where do you guys want to play next?
저는 서울로 한번 진출해보고 싶습니다.
Why?
좀 큰 물에서 놀고 싶어요.
대구에 그냥 궁금해서 안 가봐가지고.
저 런던 가고 싶습니다.
왜 그래?
손흥민 선수 보러.
저도 서울에 한번 가고 싶은 마음이 있네요. 저도 그냥 이제 저 드러머 형님 말대로 좀 더 큰 공간, 저 사람들이 많은 그런 서울에 가서 한번 공연을 해보고 싶습니다.
Do you hope to play like a festival show someday, or do you like playing more in a club?
펜타포트 락 페스티벌 서보고 싶습니다. 네. 클럽 공연도 좋은데 이제 몇 번 해보다 보니까 그 락 페스티벌이 어떤지도 좀 궁금하더라고요. 그래가지고 예.
가본 적 있어요?
아, 저 가봤습니다. 네, 즐기러 이제 많이 가봤는데 이제 서보면 어떤 느낌일까 궁금하기도 하고.
어떤 팀이랑 하고 싶어요?
저도 그렇고 성훈이도 그렇고 악티몬키즈를 되게 좋아하거든요. 그래서
악티몬키즈 좋아하긴 하는데 저는 프랭키 앤 위치 핑거즈라는 사이키델릭이랑 게러지 락을 하는 그런 외국 밴드가 있는데 그 팀이랑 정말 한번 해보고 싶네요.
Arctic Monkeys?
예, 뭔가 취향에 영향을 많이 받은 거는 이제 악팅 몽키즈이기 때문에 이제 악팅 몽키즈가 헤드라이더로 서는 날 이제 거기서 공연을 하면 얼마나 멋질까 약간 이런 생각을 좀 해봤습니다.
최근에 서치머스라는 일본 밴드 되게 빠져가지고 그 밴드랑 하면 좋을 것 같다. 노래 결은 좀 다르긴 한데.
펜타포트에 누가 나오지? QWR. 저 QWER 좋아합니다. 예. 저 소란 좋아하는데 소란이 나올까 모르겠네. 소란 나오나요? 소란 아니면 실리카겔 같은 그냥 누구나 좋아하는 밴드 그분들이랑 하고 싶어요.
You guys are recording right now, right? Do you want to talk about what you're recording?
Yeah, we're currently recording a single. It's actually 2 songs, but yeah, we're recording a single right now. The 2 songs called 멋쟁이 and 시간방진놈. All we have left is vocal recording and mixing, mastering.
Is this your first time recording together?
Yeah, it's our first time recording together and also all the members' first recording experience it is. Yeah, so we're really excited for this recording and I hope people really like the songs and I don't know. I'm pretty sure the people gonna love it because the reactions of the songs at the club was really pretty nice. So I hope so everyone like it.
There we go. So that was the first part of my interview with Komemos Nuvem. And as you can tell, when you say it in Korean, it sounds a little different. It's Komemos Nubeng, which because it actually comes from Portuguese, as they were explaining, the name really doesn't have any meaning. Just some Portuguese friends recommended it. The translation is "we eat clouds." I was like, what does that mean? And I think they get that question all the time. But they're like, no, it's no special meaning. We just like the sound of it. And this band, one of the interesting things is the guitarist that used to play with them actually named it and has gone on to other things, but they kept the name. So it just kind of shows you like how different members might impact bands in many different ways. But they said they started out hardcore punk and changed to garage rock, which I think is a little bit more difficult to get popular, playing that style of music in Korea. But there are some garage rock bands kind of popping up here and there. And I suggest if you get the chance to see them, you do so. And someone actually asked if we could play a Fever Dogs song. Fever Dogs was a garage rock band from Busan that's not currently playing any longer. And he asked if we could play the song Let Me In. So let's take a listen to that, and we'll be back with the rest of their interview. All right, you just heard Let Me In by Fever Dogs. So that was a band from Busan a little bit back in the day, but they still obviously have an impact. And I did tell Komemos Nuvem, when they finish their recording, send it to me so I can play their stuff on the air. So that's what they requested. But let's take a listen to our second part of the interview. After you guys record this one, are you going to record maybe an EP or an album next? Do you have a plan?
Yeah, we do have plans, but I don't know when it will be. It's kind of hard to recording things, and all of our members are really busy these days. So, yeah, we're trying.
What keeps you busy usually?
저는 대학을 다니고 있고.
저는 현재 일을 하고 있습니다. 직업을 갖고 있고.
저는 고등학교 3학년이에요.
저는 하루 종일 기타 연습합니다.
He's preparing for the music college.
하루에 한 9시간, 10시간 정도 하는 것 같아요.
쉬는 시간에 보통 뭐 해요?
연습은 어떻게 별로 많이 안 하고 공부하고 있어요.
수능 준비하고 있어요?
네.
수능 어떻게 생각해요?
열심히 해야죠.
졸업하고 계획 있어요?
저는 바로 그냥 대학교 갈 생각이에요.
기타 9시간 동안 연습할래요?
아니요, 그건 못할 것 같고.
다른 전공 할게요?
지금 환경학 생각하고 있어요.
So we got biotechnology, music. What's your major in university?
I'm currently learning about the shipyard and some kind of things of ship and engineering, things like that, yeah.
Do you spend a lot of your time studying, or do you spend a lot of your free time on music?
I usually spend lots of time in music, but I'm still getting a decent grade in college, so it's okay.
Is that something that your parents worry about, you guys playing music?
Nah, actually, my parents really loves my music, and my parents really loves music too. My mother and father really like to listen to band music. My mother, especially, she really likes Busan indie band. She really likes the Lapekopru. Yeah, it's okay.
How do your parents feel about you spending so much time on music?
따로 반대는 안 하시는데 그냥 항상 더 열심히 해라. 제 쉬고 있으면 연습이나 해라. 이렇게 말씀을 하세요.
저희 부모님은 하고 싶은 거는 다 하시게 해주셔서 이거 베이스 살 때도 부모님이 돈 보태주시고 되게 좋게 생각해 주세요.
그 대학을 이제 드럼으로 갔었는데 그 중간에 그만두긴 했지만 어쨌든 이제 그렇게 입학을 했었는데 그때도 그렇고 지금도 그렇고 그냥 하고 싶으면 하라고 말씀을 하시는 것 같아요. 지금 좀 밀어주시는 것 같습니다.
What is one band that you saw that made you want to play music?
초등학교 2학년 때인가 3학년 때인가 이제 동영상을 하나 봤는데 그게 뭐였냐면은 오아시스의 라이브 인 맨체스터였어요. 그래서 이제 Don't Look Back in Anger를 연주를 하는데 이제 거기에 꽂혀가지고 노엘 갤러거가 너무 멋있더라고요. 그때부터 나도 저런 거 하고 싶다 약간 그런 생각을 좀 했었던 것 같아요.
There's a band called Pivodox in Busan. It's already the long gone band, but the reason why I start the garage rock band is them. I really like their music and all of their works. It's kind of sad that the band already gone, but yeah, Pivodox is the reason why I'm doing this band right now. I really like their songs and their styles. I really copying their style of the vocalist, like the looks of the vocalist. They really gives me a lot of inspiration. Pivodox, they're my favorite.
저는 우리나라 밴드 중에 소란이라는 밴드가 있는데 그 밴드를 좋아하는 이유가 단조롭고 대중적인 음악을 하는데 제가 거기 밴드의 기타리스트를 굉장히 좋아하거든요. 근데 대중적이고 단조로운 음악에 고급진 기타 연주가 너무 듣기 좋아서 그분 곡으로도 공연 몇 번 했었고 그래서 항상 듣고 있어요.
에로틱 웜즈 익스히비션 보컬 언니가 너무 예뻐요.
When is your next show?
그 7월 5일에 그 아까 이제 성원이가 얘기를 했었던 저희 거제에서 활동하는 밴드 세 팀이 이제 레이블을 하나 만들었는데 이름은 두더지 레코드거든요. 두더지 레코드가 공연을 합니다. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
All right, so that was our second part of our interview with Komemos Nuvem, and we talked a little bit about what they do because they're all so young. How do they spend their time? And the second guitarist, he said he practices guitar for 8 or 9 hours a day, and I was like, how can you do that and enjoy it? And he said If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. So, and his parents, if he feels lazy and he's like, I want to stop, his parents actually encourage him to keep doing it. That's amazing. So yeah, they actually get a lot of support for their families, from their families. Chaeyeon, for example, she's still in high school and she's got to get ready for that sunung. But yeah, they get a lot of support, and they also talked about their influences. So as you heard Sungwon talking about Fever Dogs being a big influence for him, thus he wanted to hear that song. And also, I heard the name Erotic Worms Exhibition mentioned. I should mention that band is playing in Busan tomorrow night, so in the Gyeongsang area. If you're interested, they will be there, so you can check them out. And yeah, just all kinds of different influences they have, and that's what makes every band kind of special. They bring their own unique influences to it. And Dabin, the drummer, mentioned watching Oasis at a young age. I think he said elementary school, right? And he was like, oh, okay, so now I want to play music because of Oasis. So I think it's fitting to end this interview. I do recommend, if you get the chance, Komemos Nuvem, check them out. Their next show is actually July 5th in Geoje, and they'll be playing with some other Geoje bands there. They're kind of trying to make a scene there. And I'm sure they'll be back to Busan. That's a name to watch for sure, Komemos Nuvem. So I want to play one more song requested by Dabin, the drummer. He said for him, this song, Stay Young by Oasis, is just kind of like a good message for young people. It's good energy, good feeling, especially, being young is not always that easy. So thanks again to Komemos Nuvem for talking to me, and I hope you enjoyed the interview. This is Stay Young by Oasis. Welcome back to the 2 p.m. Reboot. You just heard Stay Young by Oasis. And now it is time for our perfect playlist. We do this every Monday through Friday. Our theme this week has been songs about moving to a new place. And this song definitely makes me think about that. Our song today is going to be Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Once this song gets in your head, it's not leaving. This one stays for a while. And this is actually from 1988. And this was Tracy Chapman's debut album. That was very successful for a debut album. The song blends a kind of, compelling acoustic melody. Yeah, you'll find it, I'm sure you've heard this before. This is a very catchy melody. And also lyrical storytelling. So the idea is basically looking for a better life and the harsh realities of poverty. And Fast Car symbolizes escape and hope. So this is definitely an 80s classic, and I think kind of extends beyond the 80s. I think it's a timeless song. It continues to connect with generations, and basically because of the passion and also the social narrative. So for our today's perfect playlist, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. All right, you just heard Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, and that was our final song for this week's theme about songs, about moving to a new place. So I hope you enjoyed that. And we're going to have to wrap up the show. Time flew today, I tell you. That happens every Friday to me. So I hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been your host, Casey McKeever, for the 2 p.m. Reboot. And, of course, tomorrow we'll be back on 2 p.m. tomorrow on Saturday and Sunday for our 2 p.m. Reboot highlight show. So check that out. It's all about what we did throughout the week. So I hope you hear me then. So thanks again for joining us. We're going to leave you with one more song. This is The Painter by Cody Johnson. Have a great weekend, everybody.